As part of measures towards ending incessant cases of human rights violations and demanding justice for victims in line with the United Nations Convention Against Torture, the Avocats Sans Frontières France, otherwise known as Lawyers Without Borders in collaboration with European Union, Spaces for Change and Center for Information Technology and Development, have converged judges and lawyers on a 2-day e-right training on digital rights in Nigeria. News, Imofonokon, who filed in this report, said, top on the agenda for the 2-day training is a reflection on the Nigerian legal framework on the promotion of freedom of speech for all internet users and identifying existing gaps.
In Nigeria today, prominent digital rights violations include government-imposed internet shutdowns, excessive surveillance through call data records, lack of robust data protection laws leading to data breaches and commercialization of personal information, arbitrary arrest of journalists based on online content, and attempt to censor social media platforms through legislation, all of which significantly restrict freedom of expression and privacy online. Recall that in the last 5 years, Nigerians have experienced a ban on Twitter. Against this backdrop, Vice President of Avocats Sans Frontières France, Yvonne Banev, and the Executive Director of the Center for Information Technology and Development, YZ Yao, said the 2-day e-rights training for judges and lawyers on digital rights aims at presenting, reflecting on protection mechanisms and online security tools, as well as protecting freedom of speech in the digital space.
Avocats Sans Frontières France, Citad and Space for Changes, we work together since 2 years now to develop these activities of protection. Now we enter in a phase of legislative advocacy, and during the whole project we worked with lawyers and judges to develop specialized trainings on that matter.
What we expect for this group, just 2 things, that as lawyers we expect that they will prosecute cases of digital rights abuse, and as judges we expect that they would deliver judgments on this thing. But I think that for the wider citizenry, we expect that organizations like ours and other organizations would continue to build and raise public awareness about digital rights. So government itself needs to understand that digital technology is not just about the economic transformation of the country, but that the very foundation of transformation lies in the ability of citizens to use it.
The representative of the European Union delegation to Nigeria, ECOWAS, Winifred, urged beneficiaries to ensure that they act differently in the work they do in protecting the digital rights of Nigerians following their exposure to the project. Other stakeholders also speak on persistent violation of human rights despite several training on the issue.
So it lies on the people who are the direct beneficiaries of this project, not only to spread the news and spread the information they receive, but also to ensure that they put into practice the information and the learnings they receive through the e-rights projects.
The first solution is knowledge, and that's what we are doing here, because if one is ignorant of his right, there is no way he will protect it. So it is by teaching people, sharing the knowledge, by publicizing it, by impacting the knowledge of digital right to the people, to the populace, to everybody, because it's meant for everybody. That's how they will know their rights and when it is infringed and how to go about to protect it.
We are not opposed to anything that will enhance the rights of Nigerians, especially the e-rights. Gone are those days where we have to sit down in a particular space or a market square and start discussing the things that affects our nation. Anybody with this kind of right can, from whatever part of the world, can actually comment on the things that are really happening in this country. And it's first of all better for us to understand the concepts. And of course, for every right, there are always restrictions. So we understand the concept, we understand the restriction, and we can understand how we can advocate these rights to our citizens.
Stakeholders say the e-rights training has reached over 3,000 beneficiaries directly and indirectly, and its reach still keeps growing. Nevertheless, The success of the project does not lie in the activities it implements, but how its beneficiaries utilize the information and knowledge gained from the project. Imefonokon reporting for Clever News.